Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here, and today we're playing some more Grand Prix World 2001 and how to sum up the previous episode. Points, that's the way I'm gonna sum it up, because first Bernoulli got a point in Great Britain. It was an excellent race. Alonso was nowhere that race, but Bernoulli was absolutely on it. And a gamble, which I must say was pretty damn stupid in retrospect, ended up working out, and Alonso got 4 points and Bernoulli got 2 more points. So, all in all, it was a very good episode and it lifted my spirits considering what happened at France. There they are, 4 points for Alonso, 3 points for Bernoulli, 10th, tied with a bunch of people for Alonso, 13th for Bernoulli. Not much to do here, I already did all of this stuff in the previous episode. Like I said, I'm not gonna touch the mechanics. I want the mechanic morale to increase naturally on their own. Now time to talk about what have I done with the cars. First, I have done testing miles, 179. That cost a ton, but I must do it. 31% setup, 7% development, and 45% research, with this distribution for the drivers, 40% and 40% for setup and development. 20 for research, except Bordeaux, who has 10% for both setup and development, 80% for research. I got full setup, full development, full research, and I used my setup points. First, the ones I brought from Austria, I used them for wind, and the rest I used them for dust and rain, for both guys. For development, I completely filled the development bar and used it, and for the 2002 chassis, we have oversteer in fast corners, which is gonna be an issue here in Hockenheim, but we're gonna deal with it. 52% so that we can fill up the progress bar. As for the 2003 car, use the research, increased a bit the model design, and now we're working on the wind tunnel phase. We're gonna start building race cars either after I use my research points on wind tunnel before Hungary or after Hungary. But we need to start doing so now because round 11, so it needs to happen. We're not working on any driving aid, mostly because I have to build these two. Although I could do this, and I have wasted that research, but not working on any technology either. And I think I'm just going to put performance electronics because that does nothing. Nothing here. We got nothing new. We got those hard tires that Michelin brought, which are new. Well, not that new. We've used them for a while. I have not done anything here. I of course canceled factory a while ago, quite a few episodes ago, because we won't have the cash to be able to do so. Let's see what else is around here. Of course, Loctite has some percentage of people. Nothing on Michelin, but people on Renault to reduce the size of that deal. People on Lucky Strike to increase the size of that deal. Of course, dust, wind, and rain, as already explained. And now, I'm gonna give Alonso the hard tires. I'm gonna explain my strategy in a moment. And I'm gonna give Bernoulli the soft, because I don't want to put everyone on this strategy I just don't want to do that. Even though I know it works and it is stupidly broken, but I just don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Put top speed to 10. That should work. Confirm the setup. Confirm the orders. Confirm the assembly. That is already confirmed. You boys aren't doing anything. You have not found any more driving aids. That will really help. And I cannot increase your pit stop level without reducing anything else. Let's say we're fighting VAR for our purposes, because technically we are. Let's see. Should I look around for a driving aids? No one has active suspension for whatever reason. And in the news, Jordan. Okay, let's look at Jordan. Jordan, active suspension. Okay, that should be it for now. Let's save the game, and now let's get in there. Deutschland, everything confirmed. Don't you love pressing the wrong button? Anyway, confirm. Let's see, it's gonna be dry, high wind speed, that's okay, we have wind points. So Alonso on the hard, Bernaldi on the softs, and I'm going to do qualifying as usual. When we come back and I show you the qualifying results, I'm going to explain the strategy and who brought it up to me. So let's get in there, get a good result. Michael Schumacher once again takes pole position for the whatever number of times he's taken pole, followed by Giancarlo Fisichella, so a Ferrari front row lockout, followed by David Coulthard, Rubens Barrichello, Mika Hakkinen, and Kimi Raikkonen. McLaren and Williams just in those slots. Then you have the Benettons of Panis and Weber, the BAR of Stefan Zarazan, Sauber of Marquez, Jordan of Irvine, and Mazzacane Alesi in the other Sauber, and then you have us, Bernoldi in the Prost, Montoya in the BAR, and Alonso in the other Prost. What happened here? Our engines overheated in the first run, and that happened to be our fastest run, and we couldn't get faster anymore. Had we gotten a good first stint, we could have been like 10th and 11th, but yeah. Even though we got upgrades, probably the rest of the teams also brought upgrades, which is not good for us. Overcast conditions, wind speed average, low temperature, that's gonna be pretty good. Okay, Alonso on the hard, Bernardi on the softs. So, in Germany, everything that matters is your strategy. So if you have a good strategy, you will have a good race. If you don't have a good strategy, you will not have a good race. So, what's the good strategy for Germany? There are two of them. The first of them I will assign Bernoldi, and that is the one-stop strategy. So you do like 25 or so laps, ideally with fresh tires, and ideally with soft tires. You do 25 laps, switch tires, 20 more laps, and that should be it. Pit stops are so long in this track, and the laps are so slow that you can just do one stop and you will be perfectly fine. On the other hand, you can also do this. Load up all of the fuel produced in the Middle East, one set of tires, and that's it. That's a no-stop, and it is absurdly broken in this game. It was brought to me by Fernando Manzanares that the zero-stop is broken in Germany. The only reason I could find for that is that the tire wear is not that effective in this track, and it has a fairly low fuel effect, although not as low as, say, Monaco, but it is absurdly broken. And I'm going to show that to you. Ideally, we get some points out of this one with the one stop for Bernoldi and the zero stop for Alonso. We're gonna see what works best, but I think Alonso on the zero stop should do better, and Bernoldi should be right behind him. Okay. We are ready, so let's get in there. Of course, let me save the game. Of course, given the fact that Alonso is on a zero stop, I cannot have him be faster. The only thing I can do is like lower his top speed. Bernoldi can push, but after he does his first stop. Let's see, Jenson Button does a false start. Good job, my man. Bernoldi gains some places. Let me push up the braking. I forgot to do that last time around. I saw that I did not put 10 points of braking for Bernoldi. Okay, some beating and banging. Bernoldi lost a ton of places, the fool. I need you up here, my man. Not back there. Someone overtaking. Alonso got overtaken. Bernoldi is 19th. Okay, it could be worse. It could have been considerably better, like Bernoldi being 10th. Bernoldi is now 22nd. It's just not working out, man. Come on, boys, I need you to overtake people. There you go. Alonso is 16, Bernoldi is 22nd. And I'm going to allow them to keep the braking high for this one because it doesn't really affect tire wear until the second lap. Michael leads from Fisichella, from Panis, there goes Button. He will be a no factor. Alonso 16th, Bernoldi 19th. He needs to start passing people, and we just don't care about track position. Because Alonso's on a zero stop, we just don't, it just doesn't matter. Bernoldi does matter. Let me increase that again. Bernoldi does matter for the simple reason that, he will be stopping at least once. Okay, things are settling down. Bernoldi keeps losing places in that part of the track. Alonso is just overtaking people, though. That's very good. Bernoldi is not going to have a good result, it seems. While Alonso will. Yeah. Bernoldi, not a good start. Alonso, a very good start. That is, okay, Fisichella has taken the lead. He might be trying to fight back in this championship. But that will be it for this part of the recording. Time to go forward in time to see what happens in the future. Championship stuff has happened. Michael Schumacher, you could barely see him there. There he is. Michael Schumacher has just DNF, clutch issue. So, if Fisichella keeps it together, he is back in this championship fight. Same with Coulthard. If he somehow increases his pace, gets up to Fisichella, he's into the championship fight as well. So, at Germany of all people, he goes and DNFs. Amazing. Quick review of what has happened. Jenson Button ended up DNFing due to electronics. And Bernoldi managed to climb back up to 8th after DNFs and pit stops. Speaking of pit stops, Trulli, Bertie, Alesi, Saracen, Montoya, and Raikkonen are for some reason trying to freaking 3-stop or a 2-stop, something like that, which Irvine too, he's trying a 2-stop. Okay, that 2-stop does make sense, but 3-stop is senseless in this track. I don't get it why they are pitting so early, but we are fine if they keep pitting early. We're just going to be ahead of them, because pit stops here are so freaking costly, it's absurd. So, things are looking good for us, and I hope they keep looking good. I hope you saw Michael DNFing, I hope that doesn't happen to us. Alright, welcome back. It's time for the half race report as Bernoldi starts his in-lap. So, Giancarlo Fisichella still leads this race from Rubens Barrichello, Tarso Marquez, Oliver Panis, Mika Hakkinen, and David Coulthard. Well, that's actually the previous result. Fisichella, Panis, Hakkinen, Coulthard, Bernoldi, Weber. And unfortunately, I would have preferred this didn't happen, but it did. A bunch of these people have conspired to do 1 stops instead of 2 stops. Among them is Fisichella, Hakkinen, I think Panis as well. There goes Bernoldi. He has no issue, and that's our only pit stop, so we are safe. Need to see when he goes out. There he goes. And Alonso passes by with no issue whatsoever. However, there are a few guys that have not done 1-stop strategies. Among them is David Coulthard, who is not getting back into this championship. John Alesi. Where is Alesi? Where in the world is John Alesi? He already did a pit stop, but yeah, he's 3-stopping. Kimi Raikkonen is also 3-stopping for whatever reason. So yeah, in the end, got some 2-stoppers, got 3-stoppers. Not enough 2-stoppers, unfortunately. But I mean, this is still working. Alonso is ahead of Bernoldi. Bernoldi is probably gonna catch up eventually and pass him, but so far, things are looking good. Depending on who pits around here, we still might get a point or points, but we just got to wait and see. Not much has happened since the Schumacher DNF. It's just that we're holding people up and driving for dear life. I will come back to you when more interesting stuff has happened, because right now this has been a very boring German Grand Prix. Alright, this is unexpected. Like, again, the race has not been very entertaining, and we have lacked a bit of pace to be able to overtake Coulthard and Marquez and Weber, especially Coulthard and Weber, who were 2-stopping. We just weren't fast enough. But it just has started raining. But I think it's too late for the rain to play any part on it, because the track is fully dry. And Fisichella is about to enter lap, we're on lap 40. He's about to enter lap 41. It's just not enough time for the rain to to strike. So close yet so far. And similarly, Weber, and there is Alonso, and Coulthard is points, and we're not catching Coulthard. So it was a good concept. We just aren't fast enough to make it work. At least just yet. Next year, though. Next year. Alright, so Physical is on his final lap. We are eventually going to enter our final lap. The track is starting to get wet, but it's not going to be good fast enough. So no wet tires on this one. And Physical is actually going to win. He managed to keep it together, and he put half a lap on Mika Hakkinen all the way over here. Then you have Panis. Good job for him holding on to third. Rubens Barrichello's over here. He will be fourth. Yes. David Coulthard is fifth, and Mark Webber over here will be sixth. Who is ahead? No, Tarso Marquez is okay. Tarso Marquez is there. He's sixth. Webber is seventh. Fernando Alonso is gonna be eighth, and Enrique Bernoldi is gonna be ninth. It could have been better, but we just didn't have the pace to be able to catch up to the 2 stoppers and 1 stoppers. But it is fine. Our 2-race point streak is close. Is cut. It's over. We're gonna have to start one again. Germany did not go the way I wanted it, which is, scoring points. But it was a pretty good race. We finished on the lead lap. We qualified terribly. Maybe if we had qualified better, we could have gotten a better result. But that's a bunch of what ifs. It was a decent race. The race has ended. Again, Fisichella wins from Hakkinen, Panis, Barrichello, Coulthard, and Webber. Marquez is out of points, so are we, so is Irvine, and here is the rest of the boys. Michael Schumacher DNFing, and then no one else DNF'd. Who is now just 5 points ahead of Fisichella. Then you have Coulthard, 15 points behind. He's pretty much a no factor. We're still 10th and 13th, the last on the board. Ferrari 121 points. They pretty much have locked up this championship. Then you have McLaren at 80. Benetton and Williams tied at 3 points. Then you have Sauber 24 points, Prost 7 points, and BAR 4 points. Things have not changed much. Made a loss of 487,000, probably because of that chassis we built and the whole testing stuff. A new star in the commercial department, good. Upgrade to this year's car, excessive wear, we will fix that. They're still upset because I'm not giving it a ton of testing time. I don't know how much they want. Upgrades and stuff. We're ready to build a new driver aids if we have time. We have new tires, amazing. I could have used improved soft tires in the previous Grand Prix, because with maximum savings, which is extremely risky, but I could have done it, the tires only make 44 laps, which is incredibly sad. I'm the worst manager. Why? For what reason? Jesus Christ. Okay, Elf, increased support, great deal with Lucky Strike, and even better deal with Renault. Good. Nothing else is important. I don't care about your licensing stuff. We have not scored any points, but our cars are reliable. Again, Physical wins. Michael got the pole. Benetton, both cars in the top 6. Same with McLaren. Prost is concerned. I'm not that concerned. Webber with the fastest lap of the race. Petrobras, Sauber, sounds legit. Jaguar, Magnetic Marelli. This is just a bunch of sponsorship stuff. Bunch of driver aid stuff. I'm the worst manager of the month for some reason. Okay, what was the most costly? Well, the building. The building, most certainly. What do I do here? I probably want to just keep things static. As you can see, engineering is very happy. So I'm gonna keep engineering static as well. I'm going to keep everything as is. Same with the driver. Drivers are still pretty upset, but I can't do much about that. Except Bordeaux. Bordeaux is pretty happy. But I don't get why I am the worst manager now. This game at times doesn't make any sense. Let's see, of course that is finished. I will alter that when I have enough Stuff, yeah, I'm gonna... 80% is pretty nice. 80% is actually pretty good. Do I want to keep developing this thing? I'll check it later. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for the guaranteed deal from Lucky Strike, so I'm gonna keep that 25% there. I'm going to go ahead and increase that bonus as well. And I want to keep increasing that Loctite bonus, so that stays there. I'm not gonna build a chassis just yet. The next race is Hungary. So I need to build stuff. First of all, I need to build like as many spares as I can. And then I'm going to build hopefully the final 2002 car that I'm gonna be using throughout this run. It's gonna be plenty expensive, 845,000. I know. For once, we do have the resources to do that. So give me some personnel to be able to repair that car, please. So do maintenance on that car. Good. And next thing is doing the testing. And the positive, talking about Hungary here, is that Hungary does like 20-30% damage car wear on the cars. It's just minimal. So yeah, I have a bunch of spare parts right now, 3. And I don't have to build that many after Hungary. I'm still gonna have to, like, just 2. But then I can focus on building 2003 cars, which I have decided I'm going to do. I'm gonna do research. I'm going to do the... I'm just gonna do the research and do... No, I'm gonna do that later. So I'm gonna do research, I'm gonna have them do another few points, and then I'm gonna construct the chassis. But now I have to do my usual calculations. We didn't find any active suspensions. Oh, it's intermediates. The new tires are intermediates. That's good, I guess. So, put some more intermediates. The only issue is that Michelin runners have intermediates now. Better intermediates, so it's not that big of an advantage, but what can you do? I'll see you in a moment after I do all of my calculations and stuff. Be right back. Alright, welcome back. Time to give you a rundown of what I did. Setup and research testing. The configuration was 175 total miles, 14% setup, 48% research, 90-10, 90 setup for the drivers, 90 research for Bordeaux. That gave us full setup and full research. I decided to just use 4 setup points here in Hungary, and the reason for that is that I need to save up some points for Nürburgring and especially Japan, because I've recently discovered that Japan is a very good place to just dump a bunch of rain points and get good results, even if your drivers are mediocre in the wet. But for that, you need to save up points. And in this case, I'm gonna do it in this race, which, at least to me, often doesn't go well because it is so long, and the AI first thing glitch is there. But, so anyway, setup and research. I took that research and dumped some on wind tunnel, just gave me 1, the 1, and 3 here on the CFD simulation, and of course in everything else. Cars are 17% damage, but that's perfectly fine. I adjusted a bit the percentages on Lucky Strike, Renault, and Loctite, but everything else should be okay. I don't need to talk to Elf anymore. Let's talk with Asia Tech. It's not like that's gonna change anything, but you know, I can do that. That isn't going to change anything either, because I don't need any money. So I decided to put 2 points of tarmac on each driver, and the reason for that is, let's pull a trick out of the 2023-2024 Red Bull and just not wear our tires. They will wear, but not as fast as the AIs. And for this one, I think put both on soft tires. I'm gonna have I'm gonna decide. Whoever qualifies better is gonna be on the 2-stop, the other one's gonna be on the 1-stop. For this, I have to use like 2, 3 curb use and off racing line, otherwise the suspension or the drivers are gonna get tired. And just do this so that we are ready for qualifying. Was it this way? Yeah, it was this way. Okay. There we go. Confirm orders. For once, I'm not gonna do my seamless transitions. I'm just gonna go directly into it. Cool. Asiatech just bring me another engine with more power. I would really appreciate that, but save the game. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Anyway, Hungary 2002. Very high, very dry and high wind speed. I don't really mind the wind speed thing. Intermediates. We have the very intermediates. Here it often it never rains. Well, it does rain occasionally, and it is fun when it happens. But at the very least, we're gonna have better tires for when it does rain. Soft tires for both. They will be competing for what I think is the superior strategy, which is the 1-stop. Other than that, let's get in there. Hopefully we can put down a better qualifying effort than what we did at Germany. Okay, this is new and exciting. Michael Schumacher of course takes pole, and it is a Ferrari front row lockout, but Enrique Bernal is third. Like, what's going on? He is third. Like, and it doesn't make any sense. Kimi Räikkönen is fourth, then you have Tarso Marquez in the Sauber fifth, Barrichello sixth, Pani seventh, Hakkinen eighth, Coulthard ninth, and Alonso the best he could do was at 10th. Bernoulli had like a 19.7 and then a bunch of 19.4s. But the best Alonso could do was a 19.8. I mean, I don't get why Bernoulli was like that, but he was like that, and put us up there. Here's the rest of them. John Lacey being so down here is concerning, but okay. It's time for the big decision, the strategy. Very dry, very high wind speed, that's not great, but we're gonna have to deal with it. Okay. There is something I know for a fact, and that fact is the one-stop strategy in this racetrack sucks. The reason for that is that the fuel penalty is massive, like absurdly massive. You put 10 more laps of fuel in this track and you are like half a second to a full second slower than those with less fuel than you. It's absurd. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do this. So Bernoldi goes to lap 26, then lap 52, and Alonso goes to lap 28, then to lap 56. Bernoldi gets the shorter on average stints, while Alonso gets the faster final stint. Let's make sure he has the proper tire set, otherwise, you know, I will be very upset. Both of them? Okay, good. Save the game. Lock the race speed. Save the game again. Are we ready? I hope we are ready. Let's go. Jack up line defense. We're gonna need that. And start defending. Defend. Thank you. Alright. What can we do? We need to hold position. Especially you, Bernoldi. You are so high up, we need to hold position. Alonso drops 4 places, it'll be fine. And Bernoldi drops 1, 2 positions. Oh, I saw a rear wing flying through the air. Kimi is leading this race? What in the world? Whatever he did, man, he needs to start doing so more consistently. He just rocketed past everyone. Past Alesi, past the Ferraris, he just went up. Okay, time to see if this section of the track is going to screw with us. Doesn't screw with Bernoldi. Doesn't screw with Alonso. Okay, Mazzacane is gone. Kimi leads this race from Fisichella and Michael, and I think that's Hakkinen. No, Hakkinen is through, so that will be Coulthard. Okay. So a few things about Hungary, since I couldn't say anything about Hungary because goodbye, Francine. Because I didn't run Hungary last time around because I needed to save money and we weren't gonna make it to the end anyway. Hopefully Alonso can make an overtake there. This section right here, if a driver makes a mistake overtaking, he's gonna lose like 3 seconds, 2 seconds, something like that. It is absurd. It is a waste of time. You do not want to make a mistake there. Michael Schumacher is dropping back. He's fading. Let me reduce braking because I don't want to damage the tires too much. Same with Alonso. Lower the braking so that we don't damage the tires. But yeah, you make a mistake here, you're gonna pay for it, and it happens constantly, especially at the end of the race. Alright, time for me to cut, and we'll report any new stuff that happens, and if nothing new happens, then I will just go to lap 26, when Bernoulli has to make his stop. We have 4 stops today. I just hope the guys do their job without any errors. Man can dream. Alright, it is time for the pit stop cycle. So far, first let's talk about the situation at the front. Kimi Raikkonen is leading from Mika Hakkinen. The Ferraris are fast, but just not as fast as the Finns. After that, we have the Benettons of Panis and Weber. And then you have... Wait, is it just that? Oh yeah, Kimi pits, so he's probably not winning this race. Michael pits, so Kimi is dead. He's not gonna be leading anymore, so the possible winners will be over here, Mika and Fisichella. Those are the only people that can win this race. Good job, boys. You didn't make a pit stop error. We had managed to overtake a Lacy because he had to pit. He's on a 3-stop or something. But, yeah, not anymore. Maybe we can get Raikkonen here. I've been doing that for quite a while now. Just increasing off racing line so that we have pace, and then lowering over here so that we don't have an issue. You know, maybe Alonso can pass 2 people in one move. Not quite, but that'll do. As long as he doesn't make an error, it will be perfectly fine. He didn't make the error, good. Panis pits, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna be ahead of Bernoulli. Alonso's coming in this lap, so let's see if we can get him ahead of Kimi and lower that off racing line, because we cannot spare any single point of suspension. At least not yet. He can't pass Kimi. He will be 10th, Bernoulli, I mean. Alright. Sadly, Coulthard over here, we will not catch him. Alesi over here, I hope to catch him. There goes Alonso, past Kimi. Okay, Mika Hakkinen is gonna be the victor of all that jazz. Of this pit stop cycle, at least at the front. Okay, things are about to stabilize after Alonso makes this stop. I just hope for a clean stop. Can I get that? I can. Good job, boys. Now you just have to do 2 more clean stops for this to work. Alonso will be right behind Bernoulli. And just ahead of that Jordan, that's very good. I need you to defend that position, because, you know, Bernoulli's position is also at stake. Okay, 9th and 10th. Positions have stabilized. It looks good. This is already turning out to be a more interesting race than Germany. Germany was just boring, man. This just has more action. Physically, it's leading from Hakkinen, from Kimi, from Michael. Then you have Coulthard and Panis in your top positions. And I hope to be there at the end, if not earlier than that. Okay, stop pushing, lower your off-racing line, and I'll see you later. Probably at the second at the half-race report, I will see you. Oh yeah, I didn't notice him either, so And now that he's leading, I must call attention to the fact that Mark Webber was in that bunch with Physical and Hakkinen, and now he's leading the race. So, for once, I can actually say this is anyone's race. Anyone could win this race. It could be a Ferrari, it could be a McLaren, it could be a Benetton. It could be a Williams if dumb stuff happens. So, yeah, at this point, I think this is the most exciting race I've had this season. Other than, of course, Britain and Austria, because, weather shenanigans and points. So, yeah. Webber right now is looking strong. I said Williams could win this race, but I don't think Kimi is catching up. Yeah, Michael just passed him. But yeah, it's Benetton versus McLaren versus Ferrari. That's real nice. Yes, I am perfectly aware of the fact that I forgot the health race report. Instead, we're gonna have a final pit stop cycle race report. So, first things first, Fisichella is leading this race from Hakkinen. Hakkinen had a few times had overtaking errors. Like Bernoldi, he's just making errors all over the damn place. And he's dropped back. Now Fisichella is gonna pit, starting this cycle. I was the one supposed to start this cycle with Bernoldi, but if Fisichella wants to start it, I have no issue. So now Mika is gonna take the lead from Coulthard. I am supposed to lower this. No one else pits, okay. So, Bernoldi makes his final pit stop. Unfortunately, we could not get Fisichella, even though we will not be able to hold position ahead of him. So there goes Bernoldi at a point. It's up to Alonso now. So, like I was saying, and hopefully I don't get distracted anymore. Check that out. But not that. Mika Hakkinen is leading this race from Coulthard, from the Michael, from Raikkonen. Raikkonen eventually fell off the pace. And Webber is on a one-stop, but he's clearly too slow to make it work. Then you have Panis over here, Fisichella, who might retake the lead when the pit stop cycles end. There goes Coulthard. Yeah, I don't think we're taking Coulthard's position. For the moment, sure, keep it at that. For the moment, Alonso is 6th and with 1 point in the bag, but I doubt that holds. And there's another issue right here. It's called John Alesi. He is on a 3-stop, which doesn't work in this track. I made a mistake with Bernoldi, and now I'm just gonna have to suck it up. When he crosses over here, I'm gonna have to lower that to 1. Twice to be able to recover some suspension wear. But yeah, Alesi over here is 3-stopping and he's an annoyance. He won't beat us, I think, but he is an issue. So we're gonna see who will be leading this race at the end of the pit stop cycle, because Mika Hakkinen just pit. Truly just got out of the way, thankfully. Might have to tell Alonso to brake harder so that he's able to clear the traffic. Okay, now lower Bernoldi. I've been doing this for the entirety of the race. I have not been able to go to time acceleration, and this race has lasted too long. Anyway, right now Michael is leading, but we do not know when he's going to pit. And yeah, he overtakes Fisichella. So we're gonna see what happens when the pit stop cycles end, and there goes Michael into the pits. We're gonna see what happens when the pit stop cycle ends, and maybe I think they didn't pit. I wanted them to pit so that Alonso could get an overcut, but it's clearly not gonna happen. Maybe Panis and Kimi pit next lap. I don't think that's gonna really benefit us, but maybe they end up doing it? I don't know. Only time will tell. Eddie Irvine pits. There's some fighting going down back there. Oh yeah, it's Alesi. Alesi's on... Alesi's fast because he's restopping, like I said. And he's trying his best to keep up with Alonso, but he isn't quite doing it. Okay, time for Alonso to pit. I hope there's no pit stop error, otherwise if there's a pit stop take, Alonso is not getting a single point, and they don't pit because they are them. Okay, do we get a pit stop mistake? We don't. Okay. There's a minimal but realistic chance at points here today. Bottom pits, and just barely Alonso does get out of pit before Alonso will have trapped, Bottom will have trapped us there. Okay, so 9th and 10th. Up ahead is Montoya, who has to pit, so we're actually 8th and 9th. Michael did pit. These guys seem catchable, and more important than that, this race is so long that just like Monaco, there's a significant chance of people just straight up DNFing. And of course, those two are going to the pits right freaking now. Okay, there's a significant chance of people just outright DNFing for whatever reason, and we just have to take advantage of that. We must take advantage of that, otherwise, will we pass them? No, we can't, but it was very close. In fact, let's see if Alonso can pass them. I need to be very careful and not, like, incur additional wear due to my pushing. Let me check if Montoya has to pit again. I'm pretty sure he has to. Yeah, Montoya has to pit again. So we're safe. Same with Alesi, who's right now leading this race. He must pit again, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, let me pause the recording and I will come back. There goes Alesi. Let me come back to you when more stuff has happened. Wait, let me just show you if we can actually pass Alesi, because that's important. And Montoya, of course, like I told you before, he's gonna pit. I don't think we're gonna get Alesi though. And I don't see Alesi. Thank you, Juan. Thank you very much, Montoya. Okay, I will see you later. This is getting frantic, eh? Okay. This is not good. This is not what I expected to happen, to have brakes issues. So forget about the points. We need to at the very least get the cars to the end. Sure, you too. Maybe we can do that. But this is not what I was expecting to happen. Not a race failure. At the very least, we have to be able to finish this race. I don't care about the points right now. We just have to finish this race. You back off. Back off, back off, back off. Yeah, you know what? We're not gonna be able to service both cars. Come in, Alonso. We're gonna try to fix those brakes. Then we're gonna have to bring Bernoldi in. They're trying to repair the brakes. It was an okay fix. It will be okay for now. My biggest worry is whenever Bernoldi will be able to make it back. And now we're gonna have a suspension issue because I forgot to change everything back. Yeah, I didn't change the tires. I should have done that. I should have changed the tires because these tires are just completely destroyed. But yeah, the thing I didn't expect was an actual brake issue. Like, I was expecting any other issue, but not brakes. Okay, please stop. Please stop. Drop that to 1. Jensen button's gone, and I forgot to change the everything on Bernoldi. Oh no, I did set it on Bernoldi. Okay, so yeah, he gets new tires. Please, Alonso, don't get don't get brake issues again. And man, we're behind freaking Jan Alesi. I refuse to. I refuse to. Not after all this time. We're not gonna get beaten by the tree stopper. Okay, set everything to 1. What happened with you is an okay fix. Okay. He will be fine. Okay, everything is under control. There's still a minimal chance of points if we can get past Panis. But I doubt it. There is a 100% chance that we're gonna get the brake problem again, because these things don't disappear out of nowhere. Even if we manage to get a decent fix, like, it's prone to happen again. At least Bernoldi has fresh tires that I'm pretty sure he's not gonna catch anything, but yeah, there we go again. Again, I cannot allow our boys to have a DNF. because that's gonna be like, how do I put this? That's gonna cost spare parts that we don't have, because I have to build them, and I want to save as much money as possible. So if I have to throw away points just to be able to get to the end of the race, I have no issue doing that. Mostly because we will not be able to make it to the end of the race if I just stayed out, no matter what I did. So just know that we will have scored at least 2 points from Alonso had we not had brake problems. So yeah, bring him again. It's sad, but that's Formula 1. Yeah, put new tires on that wagon. Cannot fix. And Mika Häkkinen's gone. I told you, the NFs were going to happen. The NFs were absolutely going to happen. There goes Raikkonen. Boys, can you please? Thank you. Well, and he's gonna have to pit again because. Wait a second. Yeah, he's gonna have to pit again. And drop back, and let that guy go. There goes a lazy man. Man, oh man. I told you, the NFs will begin any moment, and they have begun. Okay, if Bernoldi... No, it's not gonna happen. Wait, Panis is gone now. Everyone is DNFing for multiple reasons, but we're not gonna get any points. Which is a shame. But again, this is Formula 1. It's sad. And I couldn't get Alonso into the pits. I just hope he doesn't actually DNF. He cannot bin it. Let's see. I cannot see the thing because the thing is there. No, don't go. Move over so that Bernoldi can go ahead. They had an okay fix on him. Go ahead and push. And Coulthard, could you please hurry to the line? Yes. Alonso, move. Get out of the way. Thank you. Okay. We're not gonna DNF, I think. We're not gonna get points either. Maybe we would have had a not pit, but you know, I'm scared that we will not make it and we'll have to spend more money. That was disastrous at the end, but at least we made it to the end compared to others who just like, look at this. So sad too. Alace even had a brake issue. So there's that. David Coulthard miraculously wins the Hungarian Grand Prix from Michael Schumacher and Giancarlo Fisichella. Juan Montoya, Rubens Barrichello, and Eddie Irvine of Jordan get points on this one. Saracen, whoever finished ahead of us, then we have Bernoldi and Alonso, who both had brake issues. My spreadsheet probably said that we were gonna have brake issues and I did not pay attention. So, Irvine is finally on the board, which means Jordan is finally on the board. So Michael still has a sizable lead, 7 points over Fisichella, and Coulthard is still 2 Grand Prix away from being able to catch them. Michael. Very sad hours for Häkkinen. That was pure, like, it was 2001 Spain, where his engine gave up. Like, he was giving up during the final moments of the race, and in the final lap it just cut out. And Michael won that race, which he was sad about, which you don't see very often. So yeah, there's that. Jordan is finally on the board, which I don't like, and we're tied with BAR. Not ideal. That needs to improve. No one's that happy. Made a slight loss, but that's negligible. We have 4 million. Start working in design. We're ready to upgrade. I know you're upset, but leave me alone. You should be happy you're getting this much testing. Why am I the worst manager? I don't get it. Acer has reduced support, I don't mind. Great deal with Reynolds and with Loctite. Good. Our cars are reliable. Yes, sort of, kinda. What is the reliability of our brakes? It's just a 2. Of course that will happen. Alright. At least morale is still through the roof, even though the mechanics department is not happy still. That should be enough. 84% efficiency. That should be enough for a decent car for next year. Probably a race winning car if things went right. I'll be able to design more of this stuff as well. Let's see, how much where do I have to fix? Beautiful. Beautiful, I just have to spend one part. I can build a single 2003 car. I could build two, but I want to stack up on spares. Okay, just 2 spares should be enough. Let's see, what's this driving aid? Which one are they giving us? Auto gears. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I would have preferred power brakes, but yeah. Okay. 6 points. Let me invest this, and then I'll do setup testing for the next episode and start doing stuff. Definitely rain, because if it rains here, you want to have as much advantage as possible. And then I'm going to invest 2 more points for each driver in. Guess it'll be wind. Alright. Not much to do here, because that's something I'm going to do in the next episode. The other thing I have to do is finish that deal with Lucky Strike, and this 6 million for engines when it started at 7.5 million, it's an absolute win. Speaking of which, okay, Renault doesn't have a works deal. Well, mates, we're gonna be winning a championship with just partner engines, which is not what I wanted. I would have preferred this be a works deal, but for that I will not be having a French engine, but it's fine. We'll deal with that. Let me see how good is the Renault engine. It lacks a bit of power, but we can fix her. Let's see. I will invest those points later on. Stop talking to PSN so we can talk to Acer, and stop talking to Asia Tech so we can talk Parmalat. Actually, don't. Yeah, sure. We need the cash. I think that should be it for this episode. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else I could do, and there's legitimately nothing else. So I hope you enjoyed the first Hungarian Grand Prix of this episode. Let me just install auto gears that will increase reliability and a bit of pace. I hope you enjoyed the first Hungarian Grand Prix of this series. I hope you enjoyed the episode overall, even though Germany was boring as hell. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Comment, like, subscribe, support me on Coffee if you so desire, and see you on the next one.